Hi, I'm Bambi.
And I'm Stevie. Welcome back to
No Tea. This is episode 2.
And we have so much to tell you guys about. Oh my god, it's been a crazy week.
There has been a lot that's been happening. You know, the city opened up their floodgates. Mm-hmm. You know, it's been a couple weeks in. But just because the city is open and it's growing doesn't mean our doors to the podcast studio are open.
Right, because let's get into it.
I know you have receipts, Stevie.
I do.
Like, I'm just gonna be messy. Mr. Don Julio. Like, you could just book a time. It's really not that expensive. Like,
all you had to say that you didn't have any money. Like,
but I mean,
you break in.
But he's posting cars every 32 seconds. So it's like, okay, you got money to pay us if you want to be and you're using the cheaper studio anyway.
Right.
So, like, book a time. Are you a producer? Like we are all about business deals. But this is trespassing.
Yeah, and it's more than that. Like, it's gloating. I mean, I'm gonna insert receipts here so you guys can look at them. Acting like he owns the place. Hashtagging everywhere.
Right.
Hendrix in 2017. Who the fuck do you think you are? No mask? Like, I'm sorry. What are you doing?
No mask. This is Southside activity.
It's
we're up in Rockford. There's a reason it's Rockford Records and not Grove Street or Compton.
Yeah, you can wander back down that
way. And it's okay. Like, you know, I live for, you know, the hood dudes, but
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's something wrong with trespassing, mama. Like,
but we need to have class, because the thing is, right, there's about, I think, 5 gangs in the city.
5?
And there's not that many police here.
No, because clock that T.
You know, I have my weapons license, right, and I'm not afraid to use it. You know, I used to be married to the Don of an Italian mafia, so I'm really not scared of nothing.
Right.
And if I have to use it, I will. And I also used to be in a gang, so it's really nothing.
Right. And you know my past.
Yeah.
I've used a gun many, many times. Record clean now. You know, no police should be coming after me. But
we shouldn't have to resort to violence.
And you know what? I didn't even tell you.
What?
My husband's here. He flew in.
Okay, Clyde.
Yeah. He got through TSA, he got his passport, and he's here to work with the police department. So, Don Julio, you better watch out, because you were stupid enough to put what looks like your legal name is your socials tag with no mask. So,
like, let's be smart. There's not a lot of police. So if you are just a regular civilian and you're not sure what you want for yourself, I do encourage to sign up for the police force. I mean, I get it. Like, yeah. You know, everybody says ACAB, right? But I feel like here in this city, we're trying to build a better police force and EMS and everything. So again, take your time. But that's something to consider.
I'm sure it's an excellent wage. You know, you'll be supported by EMS. You know, and civilians need you guys to be safe. So please apply for the police department, because I can't be clutching my pearls every time I leave my studio.
There needs to be a balance. Like, you can have your street gangs, but, you know, we also need our Coast Guards, our militaries. Like, where is that?
Right.
We did start our auditions for Bambi's Cabaret.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you to all who showed up. It was really fun.
It was messy, though, Mama. Let's get into it a little bit, just for the fans. Just a little bit.
So, I will say, during the auditions, there were a couple of fights. I don't know if you saw it, because the girls were tweeting. They were tweeting while they were fighting.
They were tweeting. And, you know, we're lucky that one of the girls that auditioned was CPR trained, because them girls were dropping like flies.
No, literally.
It was messy. One of them was talking about how she'd left her baby at home, and one of them was calling the other one a lesbian. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like apparently that started a fight.
Like, ooh, there was a lot.
Security was not securitying.
Oh, really? But
The way that I have camera footage of them just stood there whilst these girls are punching each other in elimination.
Ooh, and then one just asking, do you need medical attention? Like, yeah.
Well, yeah, she's on the floor. Hello? we need to give them some further training.
We do.
Possibly get them CPR trained, because that's insane.
That's helpful too, yeah.
But speaking of which, we have actually decided to change the direction slightly of the show from when we did the audition ad. If you want to explain a little bit.
So I think we're going to take the show more of a focus as to me opening the business and starting it, because a lot of people don't know that I've been trying to open Bahama Mamas for years, but a lot has happened, so I haven't been able to get the business off the ground. But I was given the opportunity to open it here, so it means a lot to me. So I feel like instead of, marketing the show more about the dancers, it's more about the whole business.
Yeah. But I think that's going to be juicier because, don't worry, everyone that's being filmed, we are very hot on our legality. My auntie Juliet, she's an excellent lawyer, and the NDAs that they've all had, it's very exciting, but they are covered to be filmed, including security confessionals, possibly some confessionals from attendees of events with consent, bartenders. It's going to be so exciting. And, I honestly feel like if we focus on your story, you're in such a good place where we can take this opportunity to really highlight how much you've overcome. And I think you're going to inspire a lot of people.
I mean, Bahama Mamas being like a business that I've chosen to own. I mean, there's so many people that probably want to go to business school, or they want to open up their own little food trucks or anything like that.
Right.
I mean, speaking of, we just got a Popeyes, which is nice.
You know what? I don't even know how to say it. I'm not really a chicken girly. It's the meat's a little bit too lean for me. I prefer red meat.
Oh, I'm pescatarian. I can't even go there. We need
You're gonna go there for fries.
Right. I mean, Popeyes is one restaurant out of many, but I would love to see an Up and Atom or a Burger Shot. Just something a little bit more north of town, because there's our businesses there. I mean, there's Uwu, but I'm not sure what the menu looks like. I don't know if the owner has her menu. I have yet to go in there. We used to work at an Uwu in a different state.
You want to wake it up?
We can. We can be a little messy. Yes. Tell them.
Okay. Let's give a little bit of backstory. Just a little bit. Just sprinkling. So we met a while ago in another state, and we were both in different places. We were both up and coming with our music and DJing and whatnot. So we both got a job at a cafe. And it was, another version of the Uwu Cafe franchise. And the owner there, she was having a load of gangs come in. I mean, my life was put at risk.
Ooh.
A gang came in, held me at gunpoint, tried to steal everything from the fridge. It was honestly really scary.
She did nothing about it.
No, and we offered to do a HR department because we thought there's lawyers in this city, but you're a big franchise and you don't have a HR department? The fuck is going on? So we offered.
We offered to do HR. We wrote up a code of conduct, everything. And then she fired us because the people who were in gangs working for her told her, we don't want an HR department because it doesn't make sense. And like, mind you, half of them are in gangs and they're beefing. Like, they only clock in so they can be like immune from gang fights. They'll be like, oh, I'm clocked in. You can't do nothing to me now because I'm working. Like, that's so lame. But yeah, the girl that we used to work for, her name was Melia.
Oh, clock it.
She was something else. But I'm glad we don't work for her no more. And honestly, it's okay. But this is more emphasis on business owners. Gangs are nice, right? Like, sometimes we're just friends with people who happen to be affiliated, but when shit like that goes down, where they're stealing stuff, they're robbing your place, you want police.
Yeah.
You don't want 2 police officers that are clocked in and have to stay clocked in. You don't want 2 EMS that are clocked in. You want more variety of different people.
Right.
So that's just a reminder that, there needs to be just a balance. And
Yeah, and it doesn't matter who you're friends with. If your business and your employees' lives are at risk because of their behavior, you really need to have a long, hard think about who you connect yourself with and who you associate yourself with in your life, because no one's life should be being put at risk when they're on the clock, unless they're PD or EMS, and even then we don't want that to happen if we can avoid it.
And the thing is, you should be compensated. Workers' comp should be a thing. Hospital bills should be paid for. But
exactly, insurance.
Exactly, because I feel for my Bahama Mamas girls, like my dancers. I don't want random creepy guys just coming up and stealing money from them that's being thrown at them. I don't want them to be all touchy-feely, because we're not a strip club. We're a cabaret. You look, but
Right.
you don't touch. I mean, strip clubs are like that, but this is not titties out, ass, and all of that. No.
This is more of a show, and that's what we're covering in Bambi's Cabaret.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the first episode that I'm editing now, we talk about that, and you go into real depth about why you wanted Bahama Mamas and why you want it to be more like something on the Vegas Strip.
Yeah.
You come for an experience, and I think that's what people are going to really enjoy watching grow and blossom, because we'll have drama with the girls, that's inevitable. They're working in close quarters, they're getting to know each other. A lot of them won't know each other to begin with. It's a growing sisterhood.
Yeah.
But the growth of a business, it's so raw, and I think it's really going to inspire a lot of people to go to business school. I mean, do you want to become a lecturer, Bambi?
I could. I don't mind it.
I mean, you could lecture at Starz University, no problem, because I know that you're capable of doing it, and I'm sure a lot of people would want to get their business license.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm down. But speaking of businesses, because I thought about, another business with a couple poles and girls that like to dance, More Club.
Yes!
Now, More Club is where the VU would have been. So glad that does not exist no more. I used to DJ at the VU, and my ex-wife's mom was the owner of the VU, so maybe that's probably why I don't like that club that much.
Wasn't she related to gangs too? Wasn't her husband?
Yes, the club got shot the fuck up.
I remember you calling me and going, I've been shot at whilst I was playing Beyonce's Kitty Cat. Please help me.
It got shot up, but this club here is classier.
Right.
Yes, the red and black, I love a nice little red and black.
I love a red and black theme. Those are my colors.
Yes. There's a rooftop and there's a little DJ thing. That was the party.
No, because that rooftop is so gorgeous. I'm so glad they did an impromptu opening. I think there's got to be an issue with food cargo shipments since the gates opened. There's probably some kind of backlog.
I've been living off of salmon burgers from the grocery store, but my drinks in the Bahama Mamas, they're the menus coming together.
Do you want me?
Yes.
Should we insert a little sneak peek of the menu?
Yes. So my club is 18 plus. If you are under the age of 21, you are allowed to have a Virgin Mary and Sky Juice, because those are the two non-alcoholic drinks. The Virgin Mary is actually really cute. I love it. It's like a little rosary. It comes with a rosary on the cup. You can keep it as a souvenir.
It's delicious.
It's everything. When I tell you, I kind of put my whole heart and soul into this club. Look, you just gotta watch the show. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but you gotta watch the show, girl. It is a pescatarian menu because that I can only eat fish and vegetables. So if you were looking for meat, it is not there. I'm so sorry. But
you can go to Popeyes for that though.
No, right. Oh, it's still Miami Vegas clubby. So there's there's a seafood boil. It's my mom's recipe. I put that there. I also did a lobster roll.
Oh, I love your lobster rolls.
Yes, I love
when
her.
you just got out of rehab, I remember you invited me over to your new place and you showed me the lobster roll recipe that you wanted for when you opened a club. And I remember us having our little skinny minis at your house and having those lobster rolls. They were So good.
When I, the uwu we were talking about, Miss Melia, I still had my keys. When she fired me, she didn't take away my keys. So I went into the back.
Right.
And I prepared the entire menu for Bahama Mamas in her back kitchen.
Oh, I love that. So you taste tested with her ingredients. Okay.
Right? No, because it's like, well, let me snatchies. But yeah.
No, serves her right.
Had the whole kitchen smelling like seafood, and nobody went to her coffee shop for a week, and I kind of did slander her name, but I don't like her. That's why I did that. I wouldn't do that to anybody else, because I did work at another uwu,
right,
at another state. Ended up leaving because it wasn't the owner, it was the owner's daughter, Cleo. Oops, messy.
Another name drop.
Ended up having to leave, so I'm here now.
That's a whole other thing. We'll have to do a whole other episode on the clouds and the girls we no longer talk to because of their egocentric nature.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we are some confident
that
ladies.
So
me especially, I would say. I'm definitely a Sagittarius. Like, I will be outspoken to fuck, but you don't want to mess with us because if we'll be lovely to you, but if you fuck us over, especially when we're trying to be nice, like we did everything that we could for Melia, and she spat in our faces, so she deserved that seafood smelling uwu.
It's the way that, like, when your passport got burned, she still found a way to blame you for her business being slandered. But mind you, she stole that business from her dad.
Yeah, wake it up, because I'm so sad I wasn't there to watch that lawsuit.
Yeah, she first of all, and he never went through with it. He ended up just leaving. Like, he was upset.
Well, I would be too. He worked so hard. What was it, 2 years?
He's had that business for 2 years, and she just stole it from him.
You got to be careful who you adopt. You really got to be careful who you adopt.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Ugh, these pick-me bitches.
Ooh, wake that up. Well, I think that concludes our episode 2. Promote our podcast, let everybody know what you're listening to, especially if it's a topic that's juicy.
Yeah, tell your family, tell your friends.
Yeah, go on Twitter and at the No Tea Podcast. We have an official account, or you can hashtag No Tea.
Especially, please write into us if you want to make a tweet and want to talk to us about a topic. You got some tea to spill.
Don Julio,
come on the podcast. Yeah, Don Julio. Why don't you? I mean, I'll have my security here, but you can attempt to clear your name.
Again, I'm gonna be nice. If you are a producer and you want to work for us, then hit us up. But if you just want to, be a little hood rat, because I know how you are.
I know. He'd need to have a valid reason as to why he was in my studio. Anyway, next week on No Tea, maybe we'll have a special guest. Who knows?
Bye, everyone. I'm Bambi.
And I'm Stevie. Bye.